Hi everybody, Arthur Sue here. In continuing the series on the Ringmaster, I wanted to read three of my favorite quotes from a three-ring circus to you. The first one is, when people show you who they are, believe them. Dr. Maya Angelou. The second one is, to be yourself, everyone else is taken. Oscar Wilde. And the third one, and I like all my quotes because all of my chapters or the days I'm writing on begins with a quote from a famous or an infamous person or an unknown person, and it ends with Bible verses, which has helped me through this debacle. And the third quote that really jumps at me is, even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Will Rogers. So I read these quotes to highlight what I've been going through, because as Oscar Wilde says, even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Had I sat there and did nothing, things would not have bode well for me, because I would have either become depressed or worse, who knows. So besides, I got my 3 books from the pains that I went through. So I didn't just sit there. I did something about it. I went to therapy. I got help. And I moved. I didn't just sit there and get run over. Being myself is, I don't know, an integral part. And I say that to say, people are going to be talking in your ears and telling you what to do when you're going through whatever. In my case, it was infidelity that I was going through, and people would tell me to go back without knowing what I had gone through. So be yourself, make your own decisions, and you'll have less of a regret because of not doing what someone told you to do, and then later on you regret it. Your own decision means you took it upon yourself to see what was right for you at the time, and you made that decision. So I love that quote, be yourself, everyone else is taken, because I can't be you. Even though people wanted to be me or wanted what I had, they can't be me, because I'm the only me, and so are you. You're unique to you. And everyone knows when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Dr. Maya Angelou. And the Ringmaster showed me who he was and who he is, and he wasn't about to ever change. And I got that memo early, and thank you, Jesus, I did. So my decision was mine to make, and I never got a real answer as to why the charade for so long, so many years. I never got that, nor a real apology, heartfelt apology from the Ringmaster. And most likely, I never will. When the Ringmaster said, let's go to therapy, and then he goes, well, all you do is talk about, what you want to know what happened. Isn't that what we would be discussing at therapy? So it goes to show you had no intention of really continuing. It was just to continue to appease me, to make me be quiet. And that wouldn't have resolved anything, in my opinion. The let's start over again was another farce, because a car ride, you're there if you want to be. You could pretend to be at work. So that would have been a farce. And he labels the side piece as the slow one. I tell you, women have waited decades on the sideline for, or people, but mostly women, have waited decades. We can go to England and know that people have waited decades for them to be the queen of a household, the new queen, the replacement of a household, if they want to. So the side piece that he labels slow is, I don't know if you want to call her the winner. I don't know the winner of what, but she's playing the long game. And I think people have underestimated this woman. And she is not as slow, or she's getting advices from different people, and she's playing a great game. And we'll talk about that, because when we had that conversation and she said that he brought her to the property in a Apopka, think about it. You're here telling me let's work it out, and then you're bringing her to a property. There's a plan, right? So you think you have a plan. As the ringmaster, you're the leader of nothing. So she's focusing on my child. My child must get this. My child must get this. Any man or woman who has children, who is willing to abandon their own children, who comes from their loins, to appease a possible, or it's shocking to everybody that you're not married to her because she's still married, right? Or you're not married to her in addition to that because you don't want that tie, right? But you're willing to remove your children's inheritance, the ones you made lie for you at your mother's funeral, right? You're willing to do all that to remove them as if they no longer exist, and make this slow, the one you labeled slow, side piece, and add her as an owner on your property. That's really smart. Someone once said you heard of Beavis and Butthead. In Haiti, there's Buki and Malis. And they used to call him Buki when he was younger. And one of his relatives said, he's lived up to the name, because who does that? Who prevents an inheritance of your children? She convinced you. She probably said, well, the child doesn't have your name, but I need to be connected to this home in case anything happens to you. You have to put my name on this home. I ain't mad at her at all. At all. I'm just laughing because I'm watching this with arms closed from afar because, woo, I'm out of this mofo. For real. It's just unbelievable to me that, do you see where this is going? Does she appear dumb to anybody? She doesn't appear dumb to me at all. Anyway, I want you to listen to a snippet because sometimes you have to let fools be fools. And she could get rid of you out of this property whenever she feels like it because now her name is on it. Isn't that lovely? So kudos to her. Let you listen to a snippet, and then I'll come back and continue to talk, okay? A 3-ring circus.
Some of us may not want to know the truth. Others get upset and want to shoot the messenger who revealed the infidelity. I am bold enough to say I wanted and needed to know how much more trifling this mofo was. How this happened was so disrespectfully done and cowardly hidden for so many years. Why? That is what I'm still trying to figure out. I was independent and was not a wife who tallied his finances. He was independent as well. That's the only greedy part that might make sense if I was his sugar mama, and that did not apply. I guess I helped him avoid and save on many extra expenses. Was my home a haven? Was it the sex? This is too much to decipher. What I learned is that I was swimming and drowning in a pool of garbage. I thought I had a great husband, and we had oneness in a family. However, the deception down this rabbit hole could have gone on for years because the truth would have never surfaced out of this man's mouth about his cheating life. His manipulating ex-wife told me about his cheating exploits to hurt me. What she did not realize was that she had given me a generous gift of insight. Yes, it was a setback, but you see, for me, truth matters. Truth gives me strength, boldness, and allows me to wash off and decontaminate myself from the cesspool. I do not want to generalize, but I feel that a cheater will always be a cheater. All in all, the long-term continuation of my husband's bald-faced lies diminished his little character even further. Who is this guy? He is a scumbag, lying cheater. Sometimes we ask for the truth and must remain prayerful when God starts revealing the truth to us. For me, this was spooky and surreal. In my case, through prayer, God gave me comfort and enveloped me while slowly peeling off layers of lies and revealing a more precise picture. I felt as if I had an out-of-body experience. Therefore, the possibility of having a nervous breakdown is real. I was looking at someone else's life. This could not be us, could it? After almost 9 years, 7 of which we were married, the truth that I wanted to know is not picturesque. I wanted to be in the know. I am one of those inquiring minds want to know type of gals. Even though a cheater counts on the spouse's shameful embarrassment to hide the truth while allowing them to continue to cheat, I had no intentions of doing this. 9 times out of 10, you will find that person cheating again and again. Guess what? It is still your personal choice to stay or leave. I'm different from some spouses in that, for me, awareness pushed me to hold my head up even higher. It was a no-brainer for me. He was not going to shame me into staying. I knew immediately that I would be out of this motherfucker of a lying marriage. Or should I say, he had to go immediately. What we were not about to do is waste more of the precious time you had stolen from me. God knows I tried to do everything right and did nothing wrong to deserve the blatant deception. They badmouthed me about my age and said I knew he was too young for me. But this man said that I was the wife he prayed to God for, loving, sexy, educated, mature, giving, selfless, Christian, and family-oriented. God gave me to him, and I wasn't enough. He wanted more. So, God took me away from him for good. It appears that, on the other hand, my husband may have wanted the swamp life too. What's worse?
Well, sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for, the swamp life. Knee deep in. Can't go back now. At any rate, the ringmaster told me he moved into a friend's house after he left. Okay. I'm going to believe anything, almost anything you say, but it played out. That didn't happen. When the so-called slow side piece called me, April 2020, I said, "How did you get my number?" She said, "I got it off his phone. I got yours and I got the business partner best friend." I'm pretty sure she spoke to him first, got some stories and weed them together to make it look exactly and tell me exactly what she thought I needed to hear. One thing this woman wasn't counting on, she thought that I would be fighting for him, and he probably thought the same. I'm pretty sure this was the final time when he said, "Oh, damn, I don't think she wants me." And I think the side piece probably said, "Yes, that cleared it all. I'm sure she doesn't want him after our conversation." So she got the story from the best friend. She got the story from me and told me a whole story about how she didn't like his mom, how she purchased 3 dresses. One she already worn to the first funeral. The second one was for the ringmaster's mom's funeral. Why would you say something like that to me, of all people? And then the third one, I said, "Hold up, watch your mouth. You've got a daughter." She was like, "Oh, don't talk about," I'm like, "You don't mention me in that scenario at all." I had filed for a divorce. I wanted you to make sure that it gets done. There's no more reason for the side piece to continue to hate me now that she knows I'm not the one tying him down. So now that she could be happy and relaxed, her goal was to get her name on the house, and she succeeded. You know how they say people from across the pond in England waited decades? Well, she waited almost a long time to become queen of something. So now the queens, if you wait long enough, you could get the spot. She wasn't Mrs. Anybody. I'm telling you, smart cookie. But she knew how to say, well, what if something happens to you, where would this child stand? You have to put my name on the house. And he did. Beavis and Butthead. In Haiti, there's Buki and Malis. And a relative of his told me they used to call him Buki. Fits the profile? I don't know, but he bought it hook, line, and sinker. Now her name is on the property. Nothing slow about her, in my opinion. You threw your own children to the curb. And if anything does happen to you, they will get nothing. Unless you have a will or you make other preparations for them to get half. Ooh, that's a nice dice roll, in my opinion. Go ahead, girl. I ain't mad at you at all. And I'm sitting here watching this from the sideline and saying, does anybody think that I still didn't make the right decision by leaving? Thank you, Jesus. I know each time and time again that I made the right decision. I ain't in this game at all. This is just, oh my God. Extra, extra. I left the tent and I'm just watching. I'm not even watching from afar. I'm not even close to this mess. At any rate, this was episode 27 of the Ringmaster series, part 5. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.